J.D. Salinger uses the motif of sports and games to illustrate levels of maturity in the main characters. Sports shows a greater level of maturity, while games shows less maturity. Games being less mature is exemplified many times, especially when Holden talks about Jane. Whenever Holden talks about Jane, checkers and games always seem to come up, especially how she keeps her kings in the back row while playing checkers. This shows the innocence of games and their integral role in his childhood. Typically, your childhood is less mature, holding on to the motif of sports and games. Sports are often portrayed as more mature. We see this when dealing with Stradlater, especially when they talk about basketball and Pensy Prep. Pensy Prep is considered a very important and prestigious school, showing a level of maturity. This is also shown when Salinger discusses Ed Behnke and Stradlater's relationship, where Stradlater is a bit of a teacher's pet. And this is important as Behnke views him as more mature and even lends him his car. This contrasts Holden's maturity, as he somehow leaves the entire fencing team's equipment on the Metro, showing less maturity. Contrary to this, one of the most important and significant lines in the book is Spencer's quote, "Life is a game, boy. Life is a game that one plays according to the rules." This is interesting, as this contradicts one of the big messages that games are innocent and requires less maturity. I think this is important because it shows another side of the argument, one that Holden doesn't really agree with. The message being that you need to be mature in order to play the game of life. The motif of sports and games is very apparent in The Catcher in the Rye. It illustrates a level of maturity in characters in order to create a greater understanding of those characters and their role in the book.